What is going on, everybody? Zoo back here once again. Welcome to my ultimate guide for Expedition Season 4. Now, as we're waking up here on the planet, let me give you a few tips that will help you straight away with this expedition. Now, first is, there's no need to go out of your way to look for units, for extra units. You're gonna get stuff called Fleshy rope from killing worms, and you could sell that for a lot of units. There's also no need to install a lot of the tech rewards you get, like the advanced mining laser. You can install that stuff if you want, but I'm not gonna do it. The same thing with the exocraft, no need to install that. My first playthrough, I had no need for the salvage data they gave you, so I don't think you need that to finish. As far as a freighter goes, you don't need it, but it's nice to have for extra storage. Also, very important is, if you've done prior expeditions to this one or collected Twitch drops in the past, you can go to the Space Anomaly and claim those on the expedition, making the whole thing a lot easier for you. So if you have those Twitch drops, you have the ships from that, you could scrap those for Nanites if you wanted, for the Nanite, because one of these you have to get 4,000 Nanites, so you could do that, or you could just, you know, use one as a better ship. So let's get into it. We're gonna try and knock out as many things on the first planet as we can. Okay, so Titan wants us to follow a Titan worm. Okay, so let's get out there. On our way, I already know we're gonna need a good bit of carbon and ferrite dust, and of course the hydrogen. Okay, also while we're on this first planet, the first planet is hot, so we're gonna be knocking out some of these hot ones here. You know, pick up stuff you find around the planet. Actually, condensed carbon, guys, is pretty important for this expedition. Keep a good bit of condensed carbon. You need to install some stuff. Also, larval cores you're gonna need a little bit later, so if you do come across any, hang on to them. Same with haddle cores. You're gonna need 3 haddle cores, but you have to run a derelict crater, so that's where you could easily get the haddle cores. Okay, here we go. First Titan worm burrow. These things are pretty intimidating, but they're not too hard. Whoa, I didn't know they could do that. See, so that fleshy rope we just got could be sold for a lot of units, and I believe it maybe even you could refine it to nanites. We could try. All right, there we go. The Beast Awakens, done. So what do we get for that? Got a life support upgrade, so let's use that. Also got a crystal fragment there. We got this one, so I'm gonna do this, get a little adjacency bonus here. Nothing in my tech. Let's move this. Let's move that. Okay, now this is a hot planet, so we can work on this one at the same time. All right, good. We got the storm incoming. There's 2 steps that involve fire, and one is walking in the storm. We got that one. Okay, and as you can see on the bottom right, it's counting up. So not only do we need to walk 3,000 U's in the storm, but there's another one that comes after this that is, we basically need to let our hazard protection out run out, so we almost die. So don't recharge it until you're almost about to die. If you run kind of in a weird way, you might be able to get in an extra couple more steps. But so we're doing 2 at once right here. It gets scary when you take the extreme heat damage, but trust me, you gotta let it go down pretty low before you're gonna get the update. Alright, I don't want to get into a fight with those worms right now, because we're close to this milestone. There we go. Alright, so embrace the flames. Done. Also, we can kill more of these worms because we need to kill a number of the worms for a later stage. Alright, now as you can see, later in phase 4 here, we have to kill 36 of those. So, if you see them, you can kill them earlier. Alright, what was our reward for that? Supreme Hazard Protection. Okay, so we got an S-Class, another S-Class Thermal. Okay, and let's keep making our way back to the ship. We only need to run 3,000 U's on foot, so resist the flames and embrace the flames. You should do both of those on this first planet. Doesn't really matter what order you do them, but I would do it before you warp. Also, very important is we need to get ancient bones on this first site as well. So that's another one we're looking to do before we even leave the system. Okay, and here is our ship. Okay, so as you would expect, we do need to repair the ship. What do we get here? Okay, so we still need this. And I'm gonna go after the ancient bones, and we can also work on bad vibrations. So I'm gonna do this before we even repair the ship. Actually, what I'm gonna do is repair the ship so we can fly it, and then we're gonna do the ancient bones. Okay, we need to make pure ferrite. We're also going to need the terrain manipulator. Okay, we got the storm back, so we can try and finish this one. We'll run out to that burial site and dig up the bones. Oh, but we can't do that. We can't dig up anything without the carbon nanotubes. And what else does that thing need? And a dihydrogen jelly. Okay, cool. Now we got the terrain manipulator. Alright, if we can't find ancient bone sites, let's go to the Titan worm burrows and fight the Titan worms. Okay, and remember, as we're doing this, we're also working on resist the flames. Okay, didn't expect them right there. Now, these things drop these like egg-looking things, kind of like larval cores, but you can't pick them up till later when you install a piece of tech, so don't worry about that for now. Okay, and let's see, any ancient bones around? No. Okay, let's run back, I guess, to our ship and see if we can finish this other one. Okay, and here we are back at the ship, but we only have 500 U's to go to finish this Resist the Flame, so I'm just going to run in circles. Hopefully we can do it before this storm ends. Okay, no. Storm cleared up. Anyway. Okay, so let's fix the launch thrusters and the pulse engine. We don't have enough ferrite dust, and we don't have enough condensed carbon, so let's get some carbon and ferrite dust. Okay, now let's make some condensed carbon. Okay, and now we got our ship functional. So, we can work on, let's see how we're doing here. We can keep looking for the ancient bones and doing bad vibrations. Actually, there's an ancient bones site over there, and now that we got the ship, it'll make this a little bit quicker. We're gonna run out to this one because I'm hoping a storm will hit, so we can get the next, so we can finish out that one. Now, one thing, if you come across it, activated copper, which is on this planet, you're going to want that because you're going to need to make chromatic metal to install the ship hyperdrive. So that's how you're going to get it. So be on the lookout for activated copper. Oh, inventory full. Now that is going to be a problem because I'm not going to have a lot of things you could delete yet. And I haven't gone up to space. Okay, there is some Titan worms. Oh, that's far. Activated copper. We're gonna need that, but not for a little while. All right, so let's just keep running in this storm. Actually, maybe we should head back towards our ship. We don't have that far to go. You don't have to take out all the Titan worms on this planet, finish that whole milestone on this planet, because you are going to have to kill those. In each phase, you have to go to at least one of those nests and kill those. So as you go through, you're going to be getting them anyway. I'm just getting a little extra. All right. And there we have it. Resist the flames. Okay, and that one was from phase 2. Our inventory's full. Okay, so maybe time for us to go up to space, which we need to do anyway. Okay, so the fleshy rope refines into nanites. 50. Wow. Okay, so you could either sell these for a lot of units or also use them for nanites. I'm going to make some nanites right now just for the heck of it. All right, we're going to go up to space. We'll get that milestone, and we'll go to the space station and make some money. There we go. From barren shores. Left the planet. Okay, now that we're at the space station, we're going to be going back to that planet, but we got to sell some stuff and we're going to buy some stuff. So, You don't need to keep the bones. That's one thing. So we could sell those off. We could sell that. And now this fleshy rope, like I said, you can either refine this into nanites or it sells for quite a bit of units. So I'm going to just sell mine because we'll do the nanites later. And now we're at 3 million. Now here's what I would suggest. You are going to need 5 of these. We're also, to make our trip a little bit easier, we're going to buy a good supply of ion batteries so we don't have to worry too much. Actually, give me them all. Wait a minute. We're going to buy all the ion batteries. We're also going to buy all the life support gel so we don't need to worry about that stuff. Okay, let's collect our rewards. Not gonna be using those. Okay, and then we also had Resist the Flames reward. Hypnotic Eye, Terrifying Sample. Okay, this is an important one, guys. I'm glad I remembered to claim this now. Those Imagine Grubs are worth a lot of money. So those things we just got for rewards, we don't need them at all. I mean, you could keep the cake if you want, but I would rather take the units. All right, so we got microprocessors. I know we're gonna need. Also, guys, while in space stations, make sure you keep an eye out for the nav data, because a little bit later we are going to need to buy maps. Okay, now we got to go back to that same planet, which was this one, Wasan, because that's got the ancient bones, and that's what we're doing now. And we can also get the activated copper there as well. Let's just hit this base. Sometimes bases left by other players can be very helpful, so if you see them, you might want to check them out. The community is usually really nice, and a lot of people build community bases during these expeditions where you can get like a lot of carbon and things like that. So yeah, sometimes worth checking them out. Oh, okay. Also of importance, this planet has cursed dust. Now that's something we're going to need later on as well, and we can get it right here on this first planet. So basically, you know, we're trying to do as many as we can in the first system. Okay, so we found someone's base here. Not much to it. Little protection from the elements. So here's what we can work on now. We can harvest cursed dust, because that's on this planet. And we're halfway. All right, so we're halfway done with the bones and the tendrils. We could do that as well. Bad vibrations, but we need activated copper. So let's see what we got around here. There's cursed dust. That's not too far away. So I guess let's go out towards that way. Okay, so we found a cursed dust deposit. Now, cursed dust doesn't come into play till a bit later on, but we're going to do it right now. And you really only need 512. You're not going to need more than that. And here we are at a second cursed dust deposit. So you might have to hit more than one, like I said, but shouldn't be too many to get you to the 512 that you need. All right, and that one is done. Let's see what we get for a prize. Optical drill plans, liquid sun, band life support upgrade. All right, so things like the liquid sun, guys, you don't need that. It never comes into play in the expedition, so you really don't need that. Okay, so now we're looking for activated copper and bones. Okay, get the activated copper for chromatic metal. This isn't a very big deposit. I don't know how much we need, so we might need to do more than one of these, but we'll see. Okay, so found another ancient bone site. Remember, we're still doing that. We're on the first planet. Need 6 more. This is a good way to mine, guys, in your ship. Just shoot at the ground. You can get ferrite dust, to hydrogen, condensed carbon, a lot of stuff. Oh, there's activated copper right there, but more worms right here. So let's kill the worms. Like I said, you don't have to do this one all on one planet, but it'll help you out later if you do as many of these on this planet as you can. Okay, so we got a little more done towards that one. Okay, so let's finish getting this activated so we can make our chromatic metal, and then we'll finish on this planet also the bones. Okay, so in total I mined 437 activated copper. I'm gonna delete some of these bones because we got a good bit of money right now, and I don't want the inventory totally full like this. I'm gonna delete this liquid sun because I don't think we need it. Okay, so we're almost done with this planet and getting ready to install the hyperdrive and do our first warp. But I'm gonna stay here for a little longer and finish out the bones, because my first playthrough, I had to come all the way back to this planet, and this was one of the last things I had to do. So trust me, it's better to get it out of the way now. If you're ever on foot and you're having trouble finding these bones, just get in your ship and fly a little bit to a different part of the planet, and you'll usually find some more. They could be pretty spread out sometimes, though, on foot. Okay, and there you have it. They're lost children. Now that one's from phase 4, but again, trust me, you'll be happy you did it earlier. Now we could hang around here and do bad vibrations and finish that out here, but we already did 17 of them. So as you can see, each stage is going to have us visit a Titan place. So we're going to be getting more of these on the way anyway. So I think that's enough. So we don't need to do that one here. Inventory is full. So, okay. So let's see. Okay, now let's get back to our ship and install the hyperdrive. Okay, so let's make some chromatic metal to repair the hyperdrive. I would take all the activated copper that you have. Okay, and our chromatic metal is done, so let's go ahead and pick up our refiner, and we can install the hyperdrive it wants us to install on here. We have our microprocessors from earlier, so let's get back in the ship. Okay, and here we are back at the space station to make some inventory room, sell some stuff off. Alright, we're going to hang on to those for now. Okay, sell the bones. Could sell or refine the fleshy rope. Okay, and there we are. We're at 5 million units. So let's claim our reward for this, which is a historical document, salt, and multi-tool expansion slots. So let's sell the salt. I can't remember it. I think no, we don't need this for anything. So we could just sell that. And I'm pretty positive we don't need this too. This one I'm not positive about, so I'm just going to hang on to it. But the salt, multi-tool expansion slot, I'm going to hang on to those for now. Okay, cool. So we need to make a warp hypercell. Antimatter housing, antimatter, and now we can make a warp cell. So let's throw that on our hyperdrive and do our first warp. Okay, just to recap before we do the first warp, here is everything we knocked out on the first planet. The Beast Awakens, this one, your only sanctuary from Barren Shores. In phase 2, resist the flames, embrace the flames, and this one, the cursed dust. Nothing in phase 3. Phase 4, the bones. That one's important, guys. And nothing in phase 5. So, right now, we are on this one. Okay, and there we go, into the black. That one's done. Let's grab our reward. Base computer, 20 salvage data, and personal refiner plans. Now, guys, I do suggest you install that. In fact, before we even continue, we're going to go to the space station real quick. Okay, actually, after the first warp, now that we've done that, we have the Space Anomaly available to us. So we're going to stop there. And the reason is because if you've done previous expeditions or you participated in any of the Twitch drop events, you can claim those rewards on this save. So we're going to go get ourselves a new ship right now. If we wanted, we could claim all the ships that I have from Twitch drops and stuff. But if you don't have any of this stuff, don't worry, just stick with the ship you have. See, so what we can do is if we go to 2 expedition rewards, we can claim the gold vector. So now we have that. And if you took part in any of the Twitch drop events, all those things will be here and claimable as well for you. So you can, if you want those things, you can get them. Like I said, if you have ships, you can grab them and scrap them. You know what? Let's maybe take this beetle pet. That might come in handy. Okay, so while we're here, another one we could do is Into the Red. That's the one where we speak to the Atlas. But we need to speak to Apollo first. We want to ask for Atlas coordinates. Okay, so what we can do is we can now scrap this ship. See, also, by talking to Apollo, we got the next mission, or the Atlas mission to pop, and that's why we needed the cursed dust, because you need the cursed dust to present to the Atlas. So, as I said, I could have spent more time in the Space Anomaly getting more stuff, but I think we'll be okay with this. We'll scrap this ship. Put that in the refiner. I might do it. Okay, so claim scrap. And there we go. Now we could sell these modules that were left over for nanites. So let's sell these C-class ones. And I will keep those. Maybe they're upgrades. Actually, speaking of, the only thing you really need to worry about upgrading on your ship is the hyperdrive. So, okay. Now we have the gold vector as our ship. Again, if you can't do this because you didn't do earlier expeditions, don't worry. Okay, and here we go to the Atlas station. And here we are to present cursed dust to the Atlas. If you didn't know, you can search these things and get things like warp cells. Oh, we got 2. Good. Perfect. Okay, I'm not going to read this to you guys. You can read it for yourself. But talk to the Atlas and present the cursed dust. Don't do anything else. Present the cursed dust. All right, and that's that one. We're not really interested in the captured nanode. That would come into play if you wanted to run this later. All right, so what do we get for that? Okay, this synthesizer thing. So this thing is something we need to install in our suit. I'm going to get it going right now. And as soon as we have the larval cores, we will finish that. But that piece of tech is what allows you to pick up those eggs that the worms you fight drop. So, okay. Now, let's go back to phase 1 and go to the first rendezvous. And there we go. We've reached rendezvous 1. It looks like this. It's one of these buildings. Now, actually, there's whispering eggs right here. So let's get our reward first. What we get? 500 nanites, inventory upgrade times 3, and hyperdrive upgrade. That's awesome. Got a supreme hyperdrive upgrade. Perfect. Phase 2 is just about done. Now we've already started working on the nanites here. And we could try the whispering eggs here. Although it might be a little difficult. All right, so this one, actually, there's 2 sides to this. So that seemed to work pretty good. We need to stay in here, though, or we're going to die. Because we really don't have the protection for this, but we could get a little head start. Or we could get enough of them to install this part. Actually, we do have enough right now. I'm going to go ahead and do it. But we still need 16. Okay, so the swarm is going away, so let's see if we can get a couple more of these. Okay, so you guys didn't see it because I edited it out, but I died twice doing this. However, dying is not such a big deal, so we still could finish this. We only need, because this is one of the more difficult ones, so we only need 7 more. If we have to take a couple deaths, I think it's quicker to do it this way. Okay, so we got all the ones from there, which got us to 14. So we just need 2 more whispering eggs, and we'll be done with that one. So let's go back to phase 2 here, and let's, I guess, start heading towards rendezvous 2. Okay, and here we are back at the space station because we need to get 3 microprocessors to get this thing installed. The Titan will submit. Done. Let's see what our reward for that is. That was a phase 5. Okay, this is another weird prize. Hexite, kelp sac, and larval cores. So the larval cores will keep, but the hexite, I don't know why they give that to you. And the kelp sac as well. So I'm just going to sell it. Okay, and here we are in the Rendezvous 2 system. There we go, Rendezvous 2. Now, Rendezvous 2, just so you know, guys, is a good bit away from where it has you land. So just be expected to run around a little bit on that one. Okay. So we hit Rendezvous 2. What do we get for that? 600 nanites, terrifying sample. Oh, we get to upgrade that. Perfect. Okay, but this building also has whispering eggs. Where's that one? And we only need 2. So I think we're going to go for it. Finish that one right now. All right. We got it. Whew. All right, so I'm just going to hide out in the building and collect my reward here. Emergency broadcast receiver. Okay, and while we're in here, you know what we're going to do is now we can make nanites out of those larval cores, so we might be able to knock that one out as well. But first, let's see what we got here for some upgrades. Another movement module. That can't go there because that's overloading, so we'll put it here. Scatter blaster. That'll help. Another scatter blaster. Another scatter blaster, which will... Yeah, let's move the terrain manipulator. Do this properly. There we go. Okay, now actually, let's use the backpack refiner. Oh, hold on. Let me make sure. Did I... Yeah, we collected that reward. Okay. So... we're about halfway there to the nanite one. We could easily finish that on the derelict freighter we're going to have to run. So I'm not too worried about that. Let's do this one. Oh, but remember, now that we got that piece of tech installed, we can pick up the things they drop. There's one. They do disappear like larval cores, those things they drop, so... All right, so we got that one. See? So it was good to do the other bit earlier. Got more fleshy rope too, which we can refine into nanites. All right. So phase 2 completely done. Gives us the glyphs and worm skin folio volume 2. And then we also are done with phase 2, which is the ghastly trail that we're not going to be using. So on to phase 3. Oh, and we also have a phase 5 new reward. What we get there? Historical document and cryogenic chamber. Okay. We're going to do this one next. Okay, and here we are at the derelict freighter. Now, this is pretty important. A lot of people have been getting stuck on this. You need to read the iPads to get the credentials to finish this one. So you can't bypass all the iPads. You need to read them till you get the credentials. So you can unlock the captain's thing, the thing that requires captain's DNA. But what we're looking for here is Haddle cores and tainted metal for loot. The Haddle cores we're going to need, so don't refine those into nanites. Do not refine Haddle cores into nanites. Hang on to them. Anything else, though? Feel free to refine. See, that's what you want. You need the security credentials. If you don't interact with the iPads, you're not going to have that, and you're not going to be able to interact with the machine later. But I believe that is the only one you need. So, okay. So, we interacted. We got the crew manifest. Now, rooms like this on derelict freighters that have the arrows like that, those are always going to be dead ends, but you may want to check them just for the loot. Okay, and there's they push too far. You don't even need to complete the whole thing. You just need to get to the captain's, the secure mainframe here. Okay, I'm just gonna leave because we didn't get all three Haddle cores, but we'll do another derelict. Okay. Now let's make some nanites here. Oh, actually, we got some stuff we could sell. Let's sell first. And I got a C-class module we could sell. Nope. So expedition mode, he won't give you another one. So if you need to run another derelict, it looks like you're paying $5 million for it. Yikes. But we have 14 million, so we're doing okay. And nanites. All right, done with that one. Another one down. That creeping foam. What do we get for that? Maybe that gives us... it gives us Nautilin stuff, the submarine stuff, and some runaway mold. Now, I did not use any of that on my first run through, so I'm just going to sell those. Okay, and here we are. Rendezvous 3. All right, it towers above us. Done. And that is the end of phase 3. Yeah, like the efficient water jets, stuff like that. I'm not installing any of that. You can if you want. But actually now let's go to space station. Okay, so back to the space station to sell some stuff. And then we're going to run another derelict freighter. Like I said, if you got your 3 Haddle cores on your first run of a derelict freighter, don't worry about it. If anyone knows a better way to get Haddle cores other than the derelict, definitely leave a comment below. Let everybody know. Okay, so the Archive Overide Implant. Let's get that started. Let's get some wiring looms. We need 2. And then we're going to need to find a water planet. But that's not too hard. Any planet with water will do. Unless they happen to sell Crystophosphate here. Which they don't. Yeah, it's not one you normally see. Alright, so let's get that part there just so we know what we're doing. So we need 1 Haddle core, 90 Crystophosphate. That's what we're working on. So let's go do this derelict, and then we'll find some water. And there we go. Can you believe it? We got it. Look at that. That was very lucky. But we got it. Awesome. Okay, so now all we need to do now is find some Crystophosphate. So find a planet with some water on it. Could be one in this system, maybe. Okay, guys. Here we are in the system of Rendezvous 4. But what I wanted to point out here was this planet. Because this planet has water. And remember, we need Crystophosphate. So now would be a good time to stop and get that. Okay, so like these red things down here, these are Crystophosphate. And these spike things are also Crystophosphate, I believe. Am I right? Yep. And I don't know what these are. Salt and ferrite dust. So, yeah, go after these things. Okay, and that's enough. The Archive Overide Implant. You need that before we do the Planetary Archive one, which we will do soon. Or, as I'm seeing just now, there's water on the Rendezvous 4 planet. So you could get Crystophosphate on this planet. And here we are at Rendezvous 4. It's a beacon. So, there you know what to look for. What do we get for that? Oh, some more suit upgrades. That's good. Okay, and storage augments and some stuff to sell and more nanites. Yeah, awesome. Okay, now let's go to fight those worms. I'll tell you what, the scatter blaster makes pretty quick work of these guys, so I would go with that one. Alright, bad vibrations we finished, but we still need to kill one more out here. Him. Okay, so that's why, guys, on the first planet, we did this one. We stuck around there so we could get that one. So, alright, we got lungs of sand, worm skin, folio, divergence cube, whatever. Bad vibrations, unbound monstrosity, synthetic worms. Okay, so come to the cartographer, and you're going to want to exchange for specific charts, and you want the commercial ones. All right, so that's what you want to see. Planetary Archive detected. And all we need to do here, guys, is just run to the back and interact with that machine. And there's actually a good bit of story, so I'm going to just blow right through it, but I would suggest you read it because it's kind of cool and kind of might imply what could be coming in the future. Okay, remember we have that implant. That's why we needed the Haddle cores so we could do this now. Okay, and that one's done. Okay, so that is phase 4 completely done. So we only have 2 things left, guys, right? Am I right? Yeah. Final rendezvous, and then final worm fight. Okay, and there is the last and final rendezvous. Rendezvous 5. Okay, here's the final set of worms we need to kill. Just one more. And there you have it. Expedition 4 complete. Get our rewards here. Oh, get some exosuit upgrades. Okay, and there it is completed, guys. That ended up taking about 3 hours, 20 minutes. Obviously, I put a lot of time into editing, so this video as a whole took me a crazy amount of time to make, so I hope it helps you. If it does, please subscribe, like, share, all that stuff. You'd really be helping me out. And that was the most efficient way I know to run it. If you know any better tricks, definitely leave them in the comments below. But thank you all for watching. I hope this helps you, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.